Really?
Yes.
Oregon running back Bucky Irving. Okay. So no Ray Davis.
Nope.
Very interesting. Bucky Irvin. Okay, what do you think about that pick, Evan?
It's interesting. I know the Ray Davis thing was obvious, an obvious connection because of Liam Cohen, but um, Irving was a guy I didn't know if they'd have a ton of interest in. To me, I think maybe they want a guy like Jalen Wright, so the Dolphins might have ruined some plans for him, but um, I mean, it does make sense. They need a running back, right? I think they need a back, and Irving sort of fit the bill there. So
So he's 192, 5'9". He ran a 4.55 40-yard dash, 1.54 10-yard split, 29.5-inch vertical jump, 9 foot 7-inch broad jump. At in 2021, he was at Minnesota. He led the team with 966 all-purpose yards. He had 699 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns, 73 receiving yards. Or sorry, yes, correct. Then in 2022, he was an honorable mention All Pac-12 Conference. He had 1,058 rushing yards at Oregon. He played in all 13 games with 12 starts. He had 299 receiving yards and 3 receiving touchdowns. He had 5 kick returns for 123 yards. Then finally in 2023, he was a second team All Pac 12 conference, led the team with 1,180 rushing yards on 186 carries, tied the team lead with 11 touchdowns, started all 14 games, 413 receiving yards, 2 receiving touchdowns, and only 1 kick return for 17 yards. He gets an NFL comparison to Damian Pierce, according to Lance Zierlein, and he was projected as a round 5 prospect. So this is an interesting pick. I'm curious to get your thoughts on this, Evan. I was thinking maybe a guy with a little bit more bulk, to kind of fit that power back mold, but what are your thoughts on that?
yeah, so I agree. I thought maybe they would. I thought they were going to target that type of guy in free agency, and they ended up not. They ended up just re-signing Chase Edmonds, but clearly they want a guy who I think can play a little bit more of a role than just straight short yardage or goal line guy. So I think Irving does give you a little bit more than that.
Yeah, so we'll see. But ultimately, this is a pick that I think positionally makes sense, right? Getting a running back in the fourth wasn't the guy that everybody thought it was going to be. It is Bucky Irving. So overall, Evan, like, what are your final thoughts on the pick?
Yeah, I mean, just like you said, the position makes sense, right? The position that we've laid out, it makes sense. Um, so I don't think it's bad. I wasn't, to be honest, like I'm not the biggest Ray Davis fan, so like I understand the connection there, but not surprising to me to see the Bucks go with a running back here. But it is a little bit surprising that it's a guy like Bucky Irving. But like I said, I think possibly the Dolphins, might have scooped the Bucks guy there, or Jalen Wright, perhaps.
I'm going to be curious to see if Bucky does bulk up, right? And, can maybe be some type of guy who is that kind of goal line back that maybe a lot of Bucks fans were expecting that they add. But regardless, they do draft a running back to add to that rotation of Rashad White and Chase Edmonds as well. So, hey, congrats to Bucky. Let's see how he gets going, right? And he came from a very nice school with Oregon as well. So, all in all, like you said, I think it's a fine pick. I do.
Yeah, according to PFF, Bucky Irving has a 96.1 rushing grade since 2022. That's second among running backs.
Well, you know what? We like that. So that's not too shabby. So, hey, welcome, Bucky Irving, man. Awesome stuff. First team All Pac 12. Now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Was part of a good organization in Oregon. Cool pick.
hmm